Hi, I'm Sasha Horn. I'm here at the DC Summit of Wonder Women Tech. I'm super excited about our guest, Jamila Akbari. She's with the State Department, and we were so excited that she was able to come in and share her ideas on inclusion and diversity in tech and the workforce. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you so much for having me.
So tell me a little bit about your background. How did you get into public service?
So I actually got into public service through the Presidential Management Fellowship. It's an internship that attracts graduate students to the federal service. You apply, and it's a competitive process, and then in return, the federal government allows you to do rotations through different agencies. They provide you with management training, and the idea is they're setting you up for taking on leadership positions as you move through your career.
I really enjoyed during your talk how you shared little tidbits about your career progression in your life and dealing with things as a woman. What are some of the tips I suppose you could offer some of the people watching today and going up for a position that may seem like it's not inclusive because there's no one like you that's ever sat in that position before?
Yeah, you know, I've had that situation a few times. I think what's been important for me is to understand what my strengths are. And that takes a lot of soul searching, putting yourselves into situations that seem uncomfortable so that way you can see if you can do it before the opportunity comes to you. I've also been really fortunate in that I've had so many people support me through the way, mentors and even sponsors, folks that I wouldn't necessarily think of go to bat for me that have. And I think lastly, what's really helped me is that having a sense of humility as I come to the position. I have a lot to learn in this position as well, from people who are more junior to me and also people who are more senior. And I think it's important to come to any job with knowing that there's more that you can learn.
So tell us what a typical day is like for you. I know you touch so many different areas and so many different things.
Yeah. Well, I think it'll be surprising to some folks, but my day usually starts at 4:30 in the morning.
Wow.
I think it's really important to take care of your health, and for me that means that's when I exercise.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah, so I exercise early in the morning, and then I'll head off to work. My husband, I have a really supportive spouse, is the one who will do the morning routines with our 3 kids. And during the day, no day is ever the same. I'm really, really fortunate in that I have a fantastic team. So we really play off each other's strengths and then try to fill in the gaps when we know where we know we need the help. So a lot of my day involves just kind of strategizing about what we can do to attract more underrepresented people into the Foreign Service, the IT track, but then also thinking about what we need to do for the future in terms of our IT workforce. So it's no day is ever the same, and it's pretty exciting. I feel so fortunate to be in this position.
Well, I know many people who came here today came here seeking employment. We had that wonderful career fair set up, and I saw the State Department did have a presence there. What are some things that you look for if someone's watching and they might be curious about foreign service? What are some of the things that you, the traits or characteristics that would be suited well in that position?
Yeah, thanks for asking, because actually we will be going out with a vacancy announcement in the next few weeks, trying to attract more people into the IT track of the Foreign Service. You know, what we look for right now is to have some sort of IT background, whether it's the experience or it's the degree. And we're going to be doing a lot of outreach through social media, so Facebook Live sessions, things where you can ask questions. For anyone that's interested, I always tell them to go to the website. It's careers.state.gov/IRM. It's a shameless plug, but I had to do it. Yes.
Well, I know that so many people are looking for work, looking to either break into the field with just little expertise or maybe recent graduates. So I'm sure everyone is very happy to gain that information. Now, talking a little bit more about what your talk earlier. You know, the room was filled, everyone was very excited to have you, and you talked a little bit about the strength in coming together, and not just as women, but as a team, as colleagues, as family. Tell me a little bit about how those values were instilled into you and how you allowed that how that got you to where you are now, the Wonder Woman that you are now.
Yeah, thank you. You know, it's really telling. My best friend is in town, and she's actually been my best friend for 4 decades.
Oh, wow.
So
you don't even seem like you've been alive for 4 decades, but okay.
Yes, yeah.
We'll give you that.
Yeah. So, I mean, for me, I've really valued the relationships I have, whether it's with my family or my friends or my colleagues. That really drives me in the sense of purpose. I'm in federal service because of service. That is really important to me, to serving my fellow American. And I know to some people it sounds cheesy, but for me, I really feel it. And I think about it every day. When we think about like what choices we're making with the resources that we have at hand, it's like, what's the best decision for the American taxpayer? So again, I'm really excited to be in this position, and I hope that together we'll be able to make the kinds of change that we're hoping to.
And I've noticed, it's nothing new, of course, but I've noticed in recent, the past year, I'd say, a lot of people have been talking more so about inclusion. And a lot of companies have been stepping up and saying, okay, we're going to do this, we're going to do that. How does that feel as a woman who started, back when this was not something that everyone talked about? It was not something that was at the forefront of companies' minds, to now being sort of like this leader and this champion and making sure that in the hiring decisions that you make and that your team makes, that they're thinking of these things?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's why it's important for us to be at the table, and also to make sure that there's people behind us that see us, and we make room for them at the table. Because I remember there was a girlfriend that was saying, like, if you're not at the table, you're likely on the menu.
Oh, wow, I love that. That's so good.
Yeah, so it's not just about me being at the table, but making sure we're making room for other people as well. But then also it's also bringing the talents to the forefront, right? It's that cognitive diversity that makes teams do so well, especially in the knowledge economy, right? So I want people to look beyond what are the demographics. I understand those demographics and those experiences. That impacts the way we think about things and the way we approach things. And for me, that's even more important than just checking the box that we have diverse people.
Absolutely. Earlier, a speaker said something to the effect of, that the numbers, the demographics, that's the diversity, but the inclusion is how we treat each other. It's how we communicate with each other, and that really resonated in your talk, just in your personal experiences moving up the ranks.
Thank you. Yeah. It's been such a pleasure. It's been, a career that I never really thought I would have, and I'm really excited.
Well, we are thankful for your service.
Thank you.
That you take the time to come out to events like this and talk to young people who are trying to figure out what is it that they're going to do with their life. How are they going to best apply their skills? And if you guys are looking to get into IT, you heard it here. The State Department is going to be posting some stuff very soon, so be sure to check it out. And thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.